I was already picking at the frame bandage wrapped around my hand, a sleepy, seeking inkness of blood that had seeped through expected and anticipated blotches of raw redness on thick white canvas. I could imagine were innocent, or at least that I was some kind of victim. And of course, I'd take the opportunity. I don't need to be desperate or deprived or sick to draw attention to a wound in a context that concerned further thought than just the present. In pure words, I wanted to be childish and rude. She sat so obviously uncomfortable beside myself on the edge of the smoke-stained sofa, edging over a tiny head cradled by a sacred hair, scrambled in her hand. The fur seemed to purposely clear its throat through various sudden crackles and croaks and announce itself to the room with plumes of stifling grey smoke. Oh, of course, she knew what was going on. Of course, she wouldn't mention it whilst I scrambled like milk and cream and eggs and frantically managed the flames before they were dead. I could imagine innocent, or at least that I was some kind. I shook my head childishly for no one other than myself. What am I saying other than nothing at all? I am ridiculous and insane and creative and stupid and vacant. This is my fault. I'm frivolous and silly and ridiculous to think at all. But the bandage was too tight, the dirt and dirty brown blood stuck to the flesh and cut off any chance of circulation. I clenched my fist hard and opened it out again, watching the redness turn to white, her eyes stay glazed, so I watched myself and her reflection, a creepy stoic gaze. I suppose I am hoping for infection to give it some kind of importance. I could imagine that it was innocent, or at least that I was some kind of victim. So the necklace sitting on her chest was a reminder of a gift that I can't buy or control or will or want. Its only purpose is to mock me, remind me of the fool I am, even if it served as a distraction from the inevitable. This was only to be short-lived and was cut even shorter by desperation, trying to stitch gaping holes with loose brittle string. So now we sit at the disgusting but ordinary dining table, not quite right on time. I remind myself as if it's prevalent or fits importantly fine. Like I knew only so many temporary solutions would hold her off. A gift is just a piece of overpriced metal sitting cold and unnoticed on her chest, and now becomes worthless and an embarrassment for us both. In a fleeting moment of hope, what seems so precious and impressive and valuable is now dull and grey and worth nothing at all. So I gaze starts and averts anything other than casual conversation. A mind flickers through phases of confidence and builds and tumbles and shies away, and instead of talking, food is shoveled and chewed and swallowed, and the time I hold on to with such desperation is consumed and burns in the opposite of her stomach, and an impulse holds and fades. Oh, of course, she knew what was going on. Of course, she would have mentioned
There is still time. There is still time.
There's a moment where decisions you had no say and no real voice are splintered, and every right choice exists exactly where you left it. As the jewels in the chain and the dulled metal resting on such an unfamiliar chest feels like this doom pressing into my own flesh. I can be a coward. I can choose to let go and resent. I can prove I am only sad, sunken, fruitless, and fucking useless, discontented image in my head, forever lamenting and regretting and forgiving and forgetting and... I could imagine we're innocent, or at least that I was some kind of victim.